It looks like the Valley of Peace is going to get a piece for their own personal collection. Here's your look at McFarlane Toys, movie Maniacs, Kung Fu Panda, Po. Po from the animated film Kung Fu Panda joins the movie Maniacs line of figures by McFarlane Toys. Each figure features a detailed sculpt and includes a secret accessory. I wonder if Master Shifu has already pre-ordered this panda. Speaking of pre-ordering, though, the movie Maniacs Kung Fu Panda Po seems to be right now a pre-order on many online sites with a release date of May 2025. It's not, though, to say that I'm sure you probably have already been able to find this one in stores. I'd like to thank the folks over at McFarlane Toys, though, that did provide this sample. Taking, though, the tape measure right to the very top of the embodiment of Jack Black, whether that be good or bad, you're looking at Po standing 5 inches in height, or roughly about 12.5 centimeters tall. I don't know if this primate could beat Po in Kung Fu, but here's what the figure looks like with the movie Maniacs King Kong. Yeah, I know they're not really going necessarily for scale. King Kong should really be able to just squash down. Anybody remember that short of Godzilla versus Bambi? Bambi's just sort of walking around through the foliage, bending the head down just to eat a few little like grassy knolls, and then, of course, Godzilla's foot just comes down and crushes Bambi. It's a very short animated short, came around I think in the 80s or so. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, size. Size-wise, though, yeah, King Kong is clearly going to be a lot bigger than Po, but at least from the standpoint of putting them on the shelves, they look a little bit more in line with one another. You may not also want to be displaying Po with the most recently looked at movie Maniacs here on this channel. Here's what the figure looks like with Scarface's Tony Montana. Bring up to you now the accessories that come included with Po. Not that I would consider this necessarily to be an accessory, but it does come included with the index card background. This will just plug onto the back of the figure's display base. On the front, though, we have Kung Fu Panda's Po. I think he's probably being able to do a lot more than the actor Jack Black can actually do. Lifting is like that high. You know, I went for a real long time where I hated Jack Black movies. Really, really loathed them. Then I've seemed to kind of rebound it back ever since he was doing the voice of Bowser in Super Mario Brothers. Then, of course, watching him in Minecraft. I don't dislike Jack Black as I had before. I mean, again, I kind of liked him for a while, you know, Saving Silverman. Again, he was also in Nacho Libre. Those were kind of all fine and good. And then, I don't know, just something sort of happened around Shallow Hal time. I just loathed Jack Black. What's your feelings of Jack Black? Let me know down below, if you so please. In the meantime, though, of course, this can plug onto the back. You can also flip this around, too, and on the back of this, it has Certificate of Authenticity. This certifies that the limited edition worldwide product Po figurine is authentic and officially licensed McFarlane Toys. The figurine was created, developed, and designed by Todd McFarlane and his award-winning design group. All figures are individually hand-painted. Say what? All figures are individually hand-painted and sequentially numbered. Of these sequentially numbered that I've got, at least, out of 3,500 rare released copies, mine happens to be 2, 4, 7, 6. And of course, there's a signature down below for Todd himself, although it's not a real signature. This does plug on to the back of the display base. This is the same size display base, same shape, different color that we've gotten with other movie Maniacs as of late. I know for a while they kind of were going for unique display bases. I like these ones just a little bit more. On the back, take notice, there's a canal right here. You take yourself the display base card, and that just slots in place like that. And now you got, of course, essentially the poster behind Po himself. It's weird, though, because, again, like if you're looking at the subject and then you're looking at the post behind it, it's just literally mirroring the exact same image. I think with it being so close like this, I would have maybe chosen to do a different background, a different poster altogether, because it just really does look weird to see Po doing this and then Po doing the exact same thing on the poster card behind him. I think I've only seen, maybe there's 4 Kung Fu Pandas. I've only really seen the last 2. The most recent one, perhaps Kung Fu Panda 4, saw in the theaters with my daughter. She seemed to like it, and through that, I didn't mind it. I mean, again, I sort of now over the cusp of disliking Jack Black. I didn't think he was all that bad in Kung Fu Panda 4. The figure does also come include, should I keep calling him a figure? I mean, essentially, he is just really a statue. The statue does come included with a foil bag. Oh, what's inside the foil bag, Magic Storyteller? Well, let's go ahead and just peel away the top. If I can get there we go. Peel it all the way open. And I'm sure it's going to be stickers inside. And, oh, blank stickers. You idiot. They're facing the wrong way. Oh, this time around, we've doubled it up. Normally, wait, are there 5? Wow, we get an abundance of stickers. Normally, with movie Maniacs, you tend to only get 2. This time around with Po, you get actually 5. There's Po, a cartoon version of Po. there are many characters that inhabit the world of the Valley of Peace. I really like the look of this one. This was cool. And there's also Jack Black as well doing a high kick. I don't think Jack Black in real world could actually do that. Maybe the thing that really turned me off Jack Black was all those shorts that he was doing on social media, where he was dressed like the Hulk, then he was dressed like Captain America. He was just sort of running around the back lot of his mansion. I don't know. Maybe that was the thing that really turned me off of it. I'm going to stop talking about my dislike, or now perhaps potentially like, for Jack Black, the actor. Let's move those off to the side. So let's go ahead and just take this off right now. There's no need to really kind of keep that around. And getting a closer look, though, at Poe. You know, I got to say, it looks good. I mean, whether it really does fit the categories, the requirements of being first a movie and a maniac. Well, I would say at least the first half of that is correct. The character is, of course, pulled from the films. So a movie certainly does live up to its name. Maniac, though, I don't know if I would consider Poe to be a maniac. Jack Black, though, at times, especially the way that he acts, I would consider him very much a maniac. So if you were to just separate the two, movie maniac would, I think, better describe Jack Black and not necessarily the roles that he's voiced. As for the look and likeness of Poe, I think it certainly does do a really nice job of doing that. It is very hollow, though. Not only just the display base, obviously, that's going to hold the panda in place, but the actual panda, hello, come on in, does feel a little on the lighter side. I couldn't also help but notice that it looks like they've molded parts separately from one thing. So instead of actually molding the entire panda from scratch in one press, it looks like they've molded essentially this piece, they've molded the arm separate, and then they've molded this arm separate. It just seems to me like it would have made more sense just to mold everything together, but these seam lines do seem like it was something that was assembled after the fact. The head sculpt, again, is really good. I mean, he's not as dark, perhaps, as what he maybe look in the film. I mean, if we were to go back literally to the source material, I mean, you can't get any closer source material than what we're getting here with the card. He certainly, though, does appear more black, and I'm not just talking about the actor Jack Black. Certainly does appear a little darker on the card. A little lighter here. He actually seems to be looking more like a darker gray than he does a black. But the face sculpt definitely does land the mark nicely. He does also, of course, have his belt. It's really hard to kind of make out anything. It's for the tops of his waist. His waist is basically just being enveloped by his belly. The belly does have some nice fur, though, on that. I think that's nicely done. The colors for what it is, I mean, this being a hand-painted piece, I think they've done a fantastic job on it. Of course, you can see how they've sewn together the pants. Panda pants, especially a panda this size, tend not to be pants that are frequently found or sold. So they probably would have had to sew these from scratch. Of course, he does have the band just wrapped around his paws. I think the paws are nicely painted there as well. I know we haven't really spent a whole lot of time looking at the actual display base, but the base, whereas when we looked at, let's grab Tony Montana here. Tony Montana, again, used the exact same shape of display base. This is the territory now that we're covering with all movie maniacs. The only thing that they tend to really do differently, they mold it in different plastic. They give it obviously a different name placard on the front, and then there's always this rectangular, or I guess square shape on the top that gives some reference then to the movie. So we've got Kung Fu Panda that's actually raised. Then again, we've got also, this was, I think, the dumplings, because I think his father works in a restaurant, if that's correct. Some of the dumplings sort of all scattered around his feet, because I think he was like a waiter. He helped his father with his restaurant before he went off to pursue a life of Kung Fu. So again, like the display bases are exactly the same. There's nothing to be changed at all with them. I prefer that myself. I know when we looked at earlier movie maniacs, they usually made the display stands unique to the character. So they'd have different shapes, they'd have different types of terrain. This way, at least, when you're putting them on the shelf, even though you probably in your right mind would never really normally would want to display Tony Montana along with Poe, I think at least, though, from the display stands, it looks like at least it's all from the same line. Again, like there's no posability at all. I think, though, if you're a big fan, though, of Kung Fu Panda, some of the stuff that we're getting from DreamWorks, I mean, there's a lot of DreamWorks films out there that I would think they'd probably be able to pull from a licensing. I mean, if they've already done Kung Fu Panda, other DreamWorks films, I'm sure, could be strong contenders. It's also a recognizable character as well, whether you like Jack Black or not. I mean, Kung Fu Panda has now had, 4 under his wing, with probably another couple of sequels moving forward. And again, if you're looking then to display the characters on the shelf, I mean, when in any other circumstance would you ever display Kung Fu Panda along with Peter Jackson's King Kong and, of course, Al Pacino's Tony Montana? It just seems so preposterous to have literally these 3 characters representing movie maniacs. And yet, though, I think it's sort of really the display stands that all kind of tie them together by having them all the same shape. Though, yes, the colors may change from one to the other. At least it does look like they're one consistent line, even though what they're selecting for characters and across all the spans of different movies make absolutely no sense. In between takes, I've been trying to narrow down on the timeline where exactly did it happen that my dislike for Jack Black started to grow. Well, it wasn't around the 2005 Peter Jackson's release of King Kong. It's funny, though, enough that I would bring in Peter Jackson's King Kong because Jack Black not only would have been in that film, but then also would have voiced Po from Kung Fu Panda. I think it started to surface right around the 2006 time, where it so happened to be that Jack Black was also playing the romantic lead in a movie called The Holiday starring Kate Winslet. First of all, I don't think Jack Black is ever going to be believable enough in a romantic lead. Yeah, I know he was also in like Shallow Hal and stuff like that in 2001, but that still played for comedy. Holiday, I think, really was the downfall, at least in my eyes, when it came to Jack Black. And then shortly, like after that, I think he started to do those shorts on the internet, running around in green makeup where he was pretending to be the Incredible Hulk. He was throwing around the shield like he was Captain America. I think that sort of started to be my souring point for Jack Black. It dipped down and it dipped down for a long period of time before it surfaced again. And my like for Jack Black isn't perfect. I still don't think I like the actor at all, but I don't think I dislike him as much as I did before. Things like seeing him in the Minecraft movie where essentially he's just playing himself. I mean, come on. To go to a store and buy a larger action figure of Jack Black, he's literally just Jack Black wearing a blue shirt. Yet some kids would still love to get their hands on a Steve. Still, though, when you're looking at Jack Black, I mean, again, like highs and lows, I feel for the actor. One of its highest, I feel, still is the voice for Po in Kung Fu Panda. Whether you have seen the chance or have had the chance to watch all the 4 films, or only like myself, through only my interest from my daughter liking to see those kind of movies, I ended up seeing the 3rd one, and then I went to the movies and saw the 4th. Kung Fu Panda, at least, is a fun film. If you like martial arts and you like a panda doing all those martial arts, it's a pretty fun film, not only just for the kids, but the kids at heart. We, though, get ourselves a movie Maniac release of Po, still questioning whether this really falls within the terrain of being a movie and a maniac. It does one thing well. It's a movie. I think, again, if you're thinking of Maniacs, I would probably put that in a better category of describing Jack Black than I would put to describing the voice of the character that he voiced. What do you guys think of Po? Let me know down below in the comments section. What's your feelings for Jack Black? Do you like the guy? I mean, behind the scenes, I'm sure Jack Black's a fun guy to hang around with. It just so happens that he just tends to be really annoying in a lot of movies. But what's your feelings of him? Let me know down below, please. A big thank you again to the folks over at McFarlane Toys that did provide this sample of the movie Maniacs Kung Fu Panda Po. Now, again, online sites show right now a release date of May 2025. It's not to say, though, I'm sure many could comment down below in the comment section, you know, buddy, I've seen Po in the stores for a while now. I mean, you're looking at this guy a little late. I am looking at him a little late, to be fair, but he has still shows as a May release date on many online sites. If you guys did enjoy this video, do it a solid and throw it a like. You guys want to stick around for more so? Yeah, I hope so. Hit that subscribe, of course, turn on that bell, and come back. Well, we are wrapping up things right now. For Jack Black as a cartoon panda, there will be more videos coming your way. So as always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.